Is the 2023 Mazda CX-50 a car for you? Today we're going to be talking about, most importantly, is this a car for you or is this a car not for you? Here's a little look around the outside. Now the interesting thing about this car is the black plastic cladding is the word you use to describe this. This is to give it a more rugged feel, ready for off-road adventures. That was the styling idea behind this, which is just a little bit bigger version of a Mazda CX-5, which takes up 50% of sales for Mazda. So the Mazda CX-5 is a big deal, but the CX-50 is a little bit longer, wider version of it. You've got the really nice 20-inch wheels. This, in my opinion, is why this car looks as nice as it does on the outside, is because subtly 20-inch wheels just make things look a little more luxurious. This blue color paint, kind of teal, is really nice. Here's what the key looks like. Very simple buttons on the side. Go ahead and open it. It might not let me because the car's already running with the AC on. But actually, I want to show you the back first. This is humongous. As you can see, I confused it. It has a little motor going up. And here is a massive amount of trunk space. These little levers right here make the seats fall down, both sides, one on this side, one on that side, so that's really cool. Come up here, you got a lock button in case you have your hands full of groceries. Hit the lock button and then press the down button, and you can walk away from your car and not have to pull the keys out of your pocket. Let's go ahead, put the seat back. The back seat is super comfortable. Easily can fit 4-5 people back here. You got 2 USB ports, you got heated seats in the back, vent right here. You got a little pull down so you can rest your arm, have your cup holder here. It's really nice for the people in the back seat. You got a pocket here and not one on the driver's side. You got a pretty deep pocket in the door panels, so on road trips that'll be nice for your passengers. Let's take a look under the hood before we go drive it to fill you in on what you can expect. This is a 2.5 liter turbocharged engine. This has hood struts here, which is actually kind of nice because you don't have to have the rod that comes up, so that's a little bit of a little detail. But this is the same 2.5 turbocharged engine in the Mazda 3 turbo all-wheel drive. This car is all-wheel drive, so you shouldn't have any problems in it getting stuck, taking it off-road. Kind of what it was meant for, a little bit more of a rugged lifestyle. Those who go out and kayak, mountain bike, things like that. Looking at the inside, you've got your camera view button right here, which shows you your 360. You can press it multiple times to get different views. And then you have your traction control, i-stop, parking assist off. You got your proximity sensors off. Down here, even lower, you have your saved seating positions. Steering wheel is super comfortable. You have your digital gauges in the middle, your actual real gauges in the left, on the left and right side. So you got your tachometer, you got your coolant temp, and your gas gauge on the right. The only thing digital is the speedometer. Music controls, telephone controls, lane assist, all that. Piano black centerpiece. You got your different drive modes you can select: off-road, sport, and normal. With this guy right here, you have your shifter, little spot for like a phone or something, 2 cup holders. And then what I think is kind of weird about this car is that this opens up like this. Has 2 USB ports in here. Pretty good amount of space. This is actually a wireless charger, which is cool because unfortunately I use the Apple Wallet, but let me open this for you so you can see the phone light up. Wireless charger, close that. Then you have your Apple CarPlay, which is wireless. Oh, my draggy device for the 0 to 60 times. Wireless Apple CarPlay in this 2023 phone charging here wirelessly. Very nice. You've got these leather seats, ventilated. We've got heat and cold seats, which this is actually a very impressive feature, honestly. Usually the cooled seats, it's not amazing, but these are super ventilated and the fan works really good. I can feel the air coming through my shorts and my shirt, and it cools me off pretty quick out here in Phoenix, Arizona, where it's really, really hot. This is a 10-inch display, good position. It's a touchscreen in park, but when you're driving, you have to use this dial down here, which is like a lot of BMWs. You've got your vent here, your vent over there. I do like the shape of the vents for the driver and passenger. I think that this little shape right here is cool. It kind of hugs you, sends the air your way. Very, very nice. In the SUVs, and whenever you see the lighter color pillars as well as the headliner, it just gives it more of a spacious feel. Instead of going black on the headliner, it makes it feel claustrophobic, and that's why manufacturers choose that. If you go right here, we have a light here, little mirror there, something to hold paper and whatnot there. You have your sunglasses holder here, standard microphone for your phone calls in here. And what I love is this huge panoramic roof that goes all the way back. For everyone in the car, this has such a really bright feeling in here. I love it. Let's go ahead and drive it, and we'll see what this 2.5 liter turbo is all about. And then I want to give you a little rundown on the Bose system in this car. Let you hear it a little bit. So the one thing I noticed, and why I also parked in the dirt, is because this is a adventure style kind of version for Mazda. For those who want a luxurious car but want to be able to go off-road, have all-wheel drive, you've got an off-road mode here. You've got 1 inch higher of ground clearance compared to the CX-5. So that is the benefit of the CX-50. Has a black cladding around the wheel wells. They even squared off the wheel wells to make it really give it that kind of off-road feel. One thing I like is the rear view mirror is frameless, so that is a really nice touch. When you go into sport mode, it has this red ring around the speedometer. This car gets 23 miles per gallon in town and 29 miles per gallon on the freeway. I hope you can see the heads-up display. You can turn that on and off. It displays your miles per hour, stop signs, speed limit, and then what your cruise control is set at. I really like how simple the AC controls are here. Plus, minus, you got your auto, cooled seats, you got your hazards right here ready to go really quick. If you need to pull over quickly, hit your hazards, you don't have to think too hard of where it's at. You got your parking brake on top of your parking gear, and then you have your volume knob right here. Let's play some blues. Some hip hop, some bigger bass. My second favorite little parking lot. Let's get out and talk about who this car is for and who this car is not for. Let's start with who this car is for and then who it's not for. So if you're a person where you need to carry around 4 or 5 people comfortably, this car is great, and it's not a full-size SUV. So if you want something a little smaller and you want to be able to carry the space, that's amazing. This car is for that. If you want to be able to carry a ton of stuff in the back, maybe some huge pieces of furniture, this car is definitely for you. If you're just a simple person and you like Mazdas and you want something a little bit bigger, maybe you have a Mazda 3 right now, or you want something a little nicer, a little bit different since you have a CX-5, this would be a great upgrade. Since it is around the $40,000 mark, it's not anything that's cheap by any means. And it might be just enough of a stretch for some folks out there, but if you had a good year, had a good couple months, you want to upgrade to something a little bit nicer and something simple, I think the CX-50 might be for you. If you want to get to the entrance of trails and hiking areas and mountain bike areas, this thing has the all-wheel drive. You don't have to worry about getting stuck, going in sand a little bit. So this car is for those folks out there. But let's talk about who this car is not for. If you like to drive around town quick, I'd say this car is not for you. It's just slow enough where I do get a little bit impatient is the right word. And if you're someone who wants to keep up with trucks and Broncos and Jeeps and things like that off-road, yes, it has the black squared off wheel wells with the cladding, and it has the off-road style with the all-wheel drive. Yeah, I could probably keep up a little bit, but you're gonna end up scratching your 20-inch wheels. It's not gonna be a fun time. It's not really built for that. So be careful with how much you're leaning into it for off-road capabilities, even though it's designed as kind of the more adventure version of the CX-5. Be very, very careful. There's a lot of crossover options on the market, so I'd be really curious who's interested in this. And I have to say, the last thing I want to tell you is that this is just to give you an idea of what you're getting into when you go look at vehicles. It's so important that you go drive them, feel them out, see what they smell like, handle like, what the power feels like. Do you like the way the doors open and how those sound? All those little details when you're car shopping, you want to spend your money right. Make sure that you go and feel a bunch of different vehicles out. And yeah, this has some nice features, but it definitely isn't anything crazy compared to the rest of the market, which there is a lot of awesome stuff out there. So keep those things in mind. Happy shopping. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hit the subscribe button to see more POV videos. And on the screen right here, I have a video of us reviewing a Mazda 3 Turbo all-wheel drive 2021. This car is a good time. Go check it out. Appreciate you.